Hi, and welcome to Carolina Women. Yes, today we're here at FWDG, and we have a fabulous show for you. Erin is here joining me.
Morning.
And also, new friend, Nathan Shephard. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
He is the owner of Southern Sky Recovery, and I'm really, really excited to have the opportunity to interview you, chat with you, and have you share a little bit with our audience about what you're doing here. And we've needed it for a long time.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate the opportunity to come and talk with both y'all. For me, I'm a local here in the Lowcountry, and it's been a long time goal to come here. Southern Sky Recovery is a full-scale, locally owned outpatient center treating substance use, and so we do OP, IOP, and PHP. And so for a regular viewer, they're just like, that's just letters. Like, what does that mean?
Exactly.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so basically, what that means is we provide multiple levels of care based on the acuity. So we can do everything from just a couple hours a week all the way up to 30 hours a week for the client. We're a very holistic center where we take pride in dealing with the mind and the body. We are not narrow in the scope and the way we provide treatment. Southern Sky's philosophy is your story, your treatment. And so what that means is that we respect the fact that every client's life experiences creates a different lens, and their story on how they arrived dealing with either alcohol or drugs is very different, and that treatment looks very different also. And so we have to respect that and make sure we don't do anything cookie cutter when we create the treatment plan.
Meaning like one thing might not work for the next person.
Exactly. Like for example, for me, I'm in long-term recovery, and what that means for me is I haven't had a drink or a drug for 10 years. You know, I cut my teeth in AA. I got sober in the 12 steps. That doesn't work for everybody. That's really important to understand that. And you can't just take one modality and impress that upon everybody. What you have to do is you have to appreciate the story of the client and meet them where they're at and see what works.
And I've had the opportunity to actually watch you work firsthand multiple times. And you all demonstrate what you share that you will do.
Absolutely.
And I've seen you with various clients really meet them where they are. And having been in this industry for 25 years.
And are your clients young? Or are they all age?
We're the full spectrum.
Yes.
That's the cool thing about where we're at right now in our census is we've got everything from an 18-year-old to the 65 plus. And it actually works really well in group because those multiple experiences in our group therapy really create an awesome setting. Our groups are also very small. That's really important to understand. You'll never have more than 10 to 12 people in a group, so that makes sure that all the clients really get the focus that they need. But it's a full age spectrum.
And everyone's learning from one another.
Absolutely.
Well, and yeah, people get intimidated. Oh, I don't want to do a group, but they're actually, evidence shows they're the most powerful source of recovery.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the facilitators that you have and your staff is top notch.
Absolutely. They're all master's level clinicians. And what we tried to do is we tried to bring in a collection of different clinicians who bring different things. For example, Bailey Hauser on our staff, she's a trauma specialist. She's EMDR certified. We also use Seek and Safety for trauma. Trauma is a really big thing that you'll find very common in substance abuse, so we do that a lot. We have Scott Allen. He's a big champion for 12-step, and that's not just AA or NA. That's Dharma recovery, Smart recovery. There's lots of different types of 12-step. So we do incorporate 12-step. We just lay the tools out and we see what the client really needs to progress.
Do they detox before they come to you?
That's a great question, because the thing is with outpatient, it's important to stress that not everybody is appropriate for outpatient in the beginning. Many people are, and what we encourage is for the client to call our admissions team and let us do a pre-screen, and we can figure out where they need to go first. To that point though, we do an at-home detox for alcohol. We can do that in the right and appropriate situations. Sometimes though, when a client calls in, if we think that they're too acute, we will have to send them to an outside facility, and then they come back to us to do the outpatient treatment.
This is a well-oiled machine.
It sounds like
it's and people get so intimidated to even talk about it, and it's the best industry ever. I mean, you're really making a difference in people's lives. And the folks that you touch will come back and share and talk, and
I know. I hope he'll go into the schools and get kids talking about
We're working on that.
I mean, the cool thing about because this is both personal and professional for me, being in recovery, being a local here, having grown up here, and then being to do something that puts so much education and professional experience into. The cool thing, and I say this all the time, is that we look at the stages of change. Every client is in a different stage of where they want to be and what they're motivated to do. And the cool thing that the whole team gets to see, and this is the culture that we have at Southern Sky, is we feel very lucky to be in that moment where we get to see that change, see that progression in each client, see them start to live, laugh, and progress, and they enjoy life again, and that's just what we love to see.
Well, it is a treat to have you here.
I appreciate it.
I am very grateful. We would love to have you back. Maybe we'll snag Bailey and let her come on with it. That'd be super fun too. She'll be like,
she's better spoken than me, so
I can't imagine.
No, you're brilliant. Listen, I didn't interrupt, which is unusual
Very
for
rare.
me. Yeah. Nathan, thank you. Stay with us. There's a lot more to come here on Carolina Women.